what we have happening in America is we have young people that are reenacting or acting out the values of the adults above them. And your greatest challenge in life is going to be to figure out what you're going to stand for in life. You've gotten all kinds of messages from this culture that are giving you all kinds of negative images, all kinds of negative concepts about how you treat other human beings. You've got to figure out not only what you're going to stand for, but what you're going to stand against. And your greatest challenge, each and every one of you, is to figure out how you're going to define yourself. Not let other people define you. Because in this culture, people want to define you based on your physical appearance, your race, your gender, your socioeconomic class, and you've got to figure out how do you stand against the culture, help each other to give your own self-definition, to figure out your own moral, ethical values that you're going to live from in this society. So here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about that every one of you as young students, you have two fundamental natures. You have this first nature that you inherited. Your basic body type and size, your eye color, hair color, skin color, all of that was DNA directed. That came from birth. You had no say over that whatsoever. Every other thought you have about yourself, every thought you have about how lovable you are or unlovable, how worthy you are, unworthy you are, how competent you are, incompetent, every thought you have about what kind of man, what kind of woman, how you measure up the cultural messages, you've acquired. That's come from outside of yourself. These are the messages that you receive every single day in America. Part of the information comes from this culture. Now, when I'm talking about culture, I'm talking about all the messages that come from the social media. The movies, the magazine covers, the music videos, Madison Ave, 24/7, you've been given all kinds of misinformation about who and what you are. You've also gotten all this information from other adults that have power and authority over you. And some of that information has been good, and some of it has been negative. So think about it like this. Every one of you, when you were little baby boys and little baby girls, you came into the world with this keyboard hanging around your neck. And this keyboard is wired into the most powerful computer in the world, the human brain. And as little boys and girls moving through life, this culture, other adults, got to type on all kinds of messages about how it perceived you, how it judged you. Not on who and what you are, but on physical appearance and all kinds of external things. And what happens is those messages get typed on our keyboard, they go into our minds, and there we formulate this internal picture how we see ourselves. All of us have a self-concept. How you see yourself is a composite of all the messages that this culture has given you and what other adults and your peers and siblings have given you as well. And the reality in life is this. That internal picture, how you see yourself, that determines how you move in life. You will move toward and become that which you believe about yourself. Now, much of what you've been told about yourself from this culture are flat out lies. They're misinformation. But you will continue to make decisions in life. You will move toward opportunities. You will move toward your own value system based on this information. And your challenge is to figure out who are you going to allow to define yourself. Do you let other people define who and what you are, or do you take control of your own life and define what kind of man, what kind of woman you're going to be, how you're going to define that? What are the moral, ethical values that you're going to live by?